For the past few days, I've been looking at documentaries about people who are denouncing the fraternities and the sororities in these black colleges. And what I am hearing is disturbing as hell. My first thought watching it was, I remember my cousins and I were going to go to school and join the sororities. But from what I'm seeing today, none of us would have lasted. Because we are not to be bullied. And there probably would have been a documentary about us. Because what? Why do I have to endure all of this pain and humiliation just to be a part of the sisterhood? I need someone to explain that. They wear those letters and patches like it's a badge of honor. What's honorable about being humiliated and abused? One girl said there were 19 of them standing in the line. She was on the end. She was the 19th one. And they would crack an egg and put it in the first person's mouth. And the next person, she has to turn around, open her mouth, and put it into the other person's mouth. You know, all the way to the end of the line. And if the yolk is broken at the end, the last girl has to swallow it after it being in 18 other girls' mouths. I mean, they also said some of the alumni, the older 30s and 40-year-olds, will come and inflict this pain on these children. Where's the right in that? I am so glad that my daughter chose to go to Berkeley College in Manhattan. You understand me? Because had she would have went away to school, to a black college, that most likely she would have gone to an HBCU if she would have went away, and she would have joined one of those sororities. I would have had her back because I support my daughter and everything she does. But the day she called home telling me what they have done to her, that would have turned me inside out. There are a lot of people that brag about their children being in these sororities, but your children has been told you what they had to endure to get in. And I think that's sad. There are so many young people who have lost their lives through that hazing mess. I'm also seeing that in the documentaries. And what's the difference in that and joining that and joining the game? What's the difference? Because both of them, you have to be embarrassed, humiliated, and hurt to to join. So what is the difference? I saw a video yesterday with the girls doing their little chant. They had on all their little white with their ponytails. Everybody was dressed the same. But looking into their eyes, you can see they have brainwashed these young girls to no ends. Talking about you have to know their names to get in, and you have to speak to them wherever you see them if you want to get in. It's just things you have to do, basically kiss their asses. Why is that not a crime? Why? Because it would have been a crime if my daughter was involved and she would have called me. See, what I would have done, it would have been considered a crime. Because no one can bully and abuse my daughter. Absolutely not. See, I would have been arrested, and I already know this. Yeah. Especially hearing that these women who are my age, damn near, paddling my daughter. Absolutely not. That's why it's important to love your children, nurture your children, because a lot of them, not all of them, join these fraternities because they want to be accepted. They want the attention. They want to be a part of. You understand me? But if you instill all that love into your child and let your child know what self-love is really about, they would never, ever get involved in something like that. Because, see, my daughter would have called me from the jump. And this I know. And she would have also known when she was being brainwashed into something. Yeah. Because I'm her mother. That's why. They're changing Bible verses, putting their name, like Delta, in the spaces of God and things like that. Like, where's the right in that? And a lot of these girls that I'm listening to, they grew up in church. So you should have known something was wrong, boo-boo. But I also understand that they said they have brainwashed them so much to by the time they get to that part, they're already brainwashed. So even feeling like it's wrong, you're still going to go. And one young lady said she did it all this time. Like she just want to get in now. That's basically, she endured all of that. And it's sad. She said she knew it was wrong, but because she did all of that for 2 years or whatever, she's just going to go ahead with it. They have them praying to other gods, somebody named Minerva or whatever. Like, come on. Why do you have to do all of that to join this? I don't understand that. I'm genuinely confused. She also said there are many girls who did all of that. They went through all of that and did not get chosen. So they endured all of that abuse and humiliation to not get chosen. I hope they're okay today. They instill fear. That's what they do. And like I said, I would not have been a candidate because they would have felt my energy. Because I've been the same way since I was young. And it would have never happened to me. Absolutely not. Start questioning your children when they're going into these colleges, wanting to get involved with these sororities. And to the mothers and the family members that know what that's about, who have endured all of that, because from what I'm hearing is it hasn't always been that way. Talk to your children and stop letting your children go walk through those doors just because you did it. You are you, and your child is who they are. You don't have to keep making kids do things because you've done it. One girl said her whole family was Delta, and that's why she got involved. But when she realized, she denounced it. And I'm so happy she did.